Hello everyone, welcome to another video. Today's video is going to be on a brand that I'm sure every girl loves. And it's this one right here. There's nothing actually in here. For me, Chanel is like the brand that epitomizes designer goods. When I think designer goods, I think Chanel. And I think of getting Chanel pieces as the pinnacle of achievement for me. And it's something that if you invest in correct items, that you can get quite a good return out of it if you were ever to sell it. It just holds its value so much better than some other brands, like, you know, the Pradas and Gucci's, etc. I'm pretty sure all the things I've bought will always be able to fetch at least the same amount or even potentially more than what I paid for it. And I just wanted to show you a few things I got. It's not a braggadocious video, it's just, here's my shit. If you like it, you can get some. But yeah, if you're interested, keep watching. The first item that I'm gonna talk about is a bag, and it's the bag that started it all off, because this is something that I inherited very kindly from my mother, and it's this Chanel crossbody bag. I don't know the name of it. I'm pretty sure this was from the 80s. It's in this sort of velvety finish or fabric. It's quite hard wearing. It's got the Chanel logo on the front, and then you can see the yellow gold chain, and it's just quite a simple crossbody. My mum, I don't think will ever watch this, so I don't mind admitting that I've gotten a few stains on it, but this bag is in such good condition, you would not know that mine was still on here, unfortunately. Sorry mum, sorry about that, but you can't tell, so that's good, isn't it? It's still in great condition, and it is so versatile. It goes with pretty much everything, and it's one of the most practical bags that I own because you can just put it on your shoulder or across your body. It's also quite a roomy little bag, so I open it up. It does stretch quite a bit, so you can cram quite a lot in there, and you've got just a basic inside pocket which can actually fit. I mean, I can fit my fist in it, so there's quite a lot of stuff in there. But yeah, I'm very happy with this being my first Chanel item. I think this will probably end up being like sort of an heirloom if I ever sire children, but right now not likely at all. So yeah, that's this one. And now moving on to another bag, and this one is the same colour. It is in here. It is very heavy. Can you guess what it is? Can you? So this bag is a bag that for me was the holy grail. It was just always like an aspiration to achieve. So then I worked hard for this, and last year I'm very pleased to say that I was able to buy myself this bag. I don't know how much further up I can go with my bag purchasing career to top this one. The bag that I got is I think it's the new medium bag in a patent black finish with a sort of silver gold hardware. You can see on the chain that it's not too gold, and that's the thing about this one that I like so much. Contrary to this bag, which is quite gold, I usually like silver. I just feel like silver gives it a more modern feel. I feel like yellow gold especially is for more mature people, or it's a more classic look that, you know, I'm not really that classy, to be honest. I just assumed gold wouldn't work for me, and I guess I'll briefly go into the story of how I got this. I got this at Heathrow Airport, Terminal 5, a year ago, and I had learnt about their concierge service, personal shopping service, and I researched on how to get this bag because I knew I could save a ton off of taxes before I flew to America. And because it's non-EU, you get a lot of money off, and I was very determined to get myself a boy bag because this has now become a new classic in Chanel's collection. And I thought this design is a modern twist on the classic Chanel flap. So I'm very pleased I got my hands on this. It was the only one there in this finish. I did originally want the gunmetal in lambskin, which to this day I don't know what I was thinking, because lambskin is the reason why a lot of people have problems with this bag because of how it scuffs so easily. So I'm very pleased that I did ask in their cabinets if they had anything else that I could compare the gunmetal one to, and they brought this baby out, and it was a lot bigger because that one I believe was a small. So this one is the new medium, which is quite big when you compare it to this one. It's like 2 of these, and in depth as well. But this is the perfect size for me because I have a lot of shit, and the pattern finish just means that any scuffs or marks just sort of slide right off. It looks still pristine, and I credit that to choosing an excellent finish. So that's something to bear in mind if you are interested in purchasing one of these. For me, this is my holy grail, and I don't think I could ever get rid of this because it's so beautiful. So I open her up like this. Oh my god, you see some of my finger marks. Okay, so that's pretty much it. I've got stuffing in here, but there's a pocket there. I'm sure you've seen like a million of these review things, so I don't need to do the whole ins and outs of it. But yeah, it's just got an inside pocket. It's quite spacious in there, and then you just fasten it like that. It doesn't have pockets on the back or anything. It's just very plain. In this size, I bought it for around £2,700, which at the time I was, not gonna lie, I was sweating a lot, but I just kept reminding myself it can only appreciate in value. And I was right, because nowadays, I mean, I say nowadays, it's like a year and a half later, and it's gone up to £3,000 or more than that, especially for this huge size. Like, look at this. It's quite a big bag. This fits my frame perfectly compared to the other one, which I feel made me look like a giant because of how small the small boy bag was. So I'm very pleased with this. For me, this is my holy grail, and I don't think I could ever get rid of this because it's so beautiful. The next thing is something that I bought quite recently when I was again in America. Half of the things that I've gotten have actually come from Heathrow Terminal 5. So I do spend wisely where I can get it in Terminal 5. This next one I'm going to show you is a purse. And I think it's the cutest little thing ever. It just looks like a classic film, don't you think? And it is in silver hardware, and it is in a caviar quilted finish in the black with a burgundy lining. Obviously, I'm not going to show you all my cards because, well, I don't want anyone being all young money on my cards. It's got a lot of space inside. Oh, it's upside down. My bad. It has got a lot of card slots in here, and I just have so many cards. I could literally get one of those card holders that like keeps falling down and I would touch the floor. I could play a game of cards with my cards. And I needed a purse that fit them all, so I thought, you know what, you're on holiday, treat yourself to something. So I did. This particular wallet was £500, I believe, from Heathrow, which did make me skip a heartbeat. But for right now, the scale of Chanel price increases and the frequency of Chanel price increases, £500 was something that I was like, do you know what, if it's tax-free as well, I can only imagine what it's like in store, and I can't even begin to imagine what price it's going to be in another 2 years' time. And I needed a new wallet anyway. It's got a back compartment here for your coins and change, which I very much appreciate, because I feel like a lot of wallets nowadays, you have to almost get like a separate coin purse because they don't have it integrated. And I don't want to carry like 3 wallets for like different things in it. Like, who has time for that? Like digging that out of your purse. I just like everything in one place. There's less chance of me losing anything as well. Yeah, I'm very in love with this wallet. So if you're seeing this, it's because something very annoying happened. When I tried to look for the footage of the next 2 pieces, the file's just corrupted. So I am here filming it again in the same get-up. So hopefully this isn't too distracting with the visual side of things. From the bits that I was able to salvage, you'll see a join at some point. Anyway, I'll get into talking about the first pair of shoes that I have, and they are the Chanel espadrilles in black leather. So I bought this around 2 years ago, when the hype for these were very much at its peak. I was just looking for a casual shoe, and this caught my eye on Instagram, which is where I get all of my inspiration these days. And I'm usually quite skeptical when things are just shared millions of times and Instagram can make something more desirable than it actually really is. So when I saw these, I was like, okay, I need to check out what the fuss is about. I got these off of a personal shopper called Taylor's Styling. They were great in sourcing this very quickly. There was a little bit of drama, you could say, in terms of getting my hands on these because of how popular they were. Long story short, had to go through a bunch of mistaken purchases in order to reach this one here. I went through Vestiaire first. Vestiaire, personally, I just steer clear off of because of their ridiculous returns policy, which is non-existent. And this is my recommendation and a warning, I guess, to anyone who does go and buy pre-loved Chanel shoes or any pre-loved designer shoes, full stop, that if it's in this sort of tight fit around your foot, it's probably going to be molded to that person's foot. So you may want to be very, very clear with, you know, asking all of your questions up front to the seller before committing your money. These are in a size 5. They're meant to fit rather small to you. I thought they were going to be a little bit loose because they were pre-loved. Side note, they weren't even that much cheaper than buying it for retail, even with a personal shopper. So, but got the shoes and they were far too loose, so I had to resell that elsewhere because Vestiaire takes a huge chunk. I got a pair of shoes from another personal shopper site. Anyway, that didn't work out because I got the wrong one, and after a month and a half, I got my hands on these, and I'm very, very glad that I waited and got the right one and a brand new pair as well. It turns out that I wear these a lot more than people would think. I think that's why black is the safest bet. Originally, I wanted the lambskin beige colour with the black toe cap, but then I just thought black would be the most hard wearing and would be able to withstand all the battering and bruising that I get myself into. These pretty much look new. You can't even see any scuffs, which I really wasn't expecting given that lambskin leather is usually considered very delicate. I know they make satins, cloth and even velvet, and those are the more delicate materials. I just think if you're paying the same for these shoes, getting them in a leather finish is probably one of the wiser decisions to make, or even the pattern. These just go with absolutely everything, contrary to what many people on YouTube or just in general say about these shoes. I think they're the most comfortable in the world, and this is coming from someone with a very wide foot. These ones I've not had problems with. I bought these for around £500. These haven't depreciated in value from what I can see on reseller websites, so these are a very good investment piece. Anyway, I digress. This was an excellent decision for me to get, and yeah, very, very pleased with this. So the next pair that I'm going to show you is these Chanel trainers. I always wanted a pair that were gonna make me look put together rather than really, really worn down. Similar sort of story really to the espadrilles. I saw a lot of pictures of these trending online. When I saw these, I was like, oh my god, these actually look amazing, and this could dress up a whole outfit in a way that trainers haven't done that for me before. So I researched the colorways. There was like this white with a rainbow finish, didn't really like that one. Then there was all black, then this one, and then I believe it was like some sort of brownie green finish, which looked great in lifestyle shots, but I wanted something that would just go with pretty much everything. These I got for £550 to £600, and it just so happened, I think, that Taylor Styling had just one of these in stock ready to go, so I got this within like a day or two, which was amazing. And I have been wearing these a lot since then. However, there was an instance that has tainted it forever and has just made me realise how bad of a shoe owner I am. Maybe I'll save the rest of this incident for another story, but for now, just know, long story short, I stepped in poop. It was disgusting. I hate myself for it because they're now tainted with human fecal matter. If shoes could go to therapy, they'd be there. They would be there. But yeah, anyway, that was that pair of shoes. And now to move on to my final pair. So this pair of shoes, you won't have seen before actually, because these were a very recent purchase. And they were in the same purchase that I made with this. These are a little bit different because I noticed everything I have is black. Well, although black does go with everything, when I'm wearing light flowy dresses, or I just want to make something a little bit more summery and casual, I realised I didn't have anything that had a little bit of pop of colour. Oh my god, someone is screaming outside. I hate screaming, especially now in today's political climate. So I hope the screaming has passed. Yes, it has. Anyway, I realised that I didn't have anything of this particular colour. So when I saw these, I had to get them because they were just absolutely beautiful, and again, another classic in my collection that will stand the test of time. So these are the Chanel pumps in a beige lambskin and black toe cap, and these are in a size 4.5. These are very simple but very elegant and classy. These are like the perfect summer shoes, and it's got the teeny tiniest heel, so they are very, very comfortable. These were, I believe, £425. So these were a bargain in terms of Chanel shoes, and for something in this classic style. I remember I wanted originally the espadrilles in this colour combination, which they did do, but they didn't have at the time, and I thought black would go with more things. But actually now I'm very pleased that I did go with black with the espadrilles, because it just adds a girly feel to an outfit while being comfortable and practical. I have gotten a slight scuff, which I'm a little bit miffed about. I don't even know how, because I didn't kick anyone or get it scratched against anything, but on the whole it's doing pretty well. Yeah, that's them. So that is everything in my Chanel collection. I hope you enjoyed it, and yeah, I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.